We see an asteroid falling towards Earth, and we meet Sammy, who is walking home and talking with her mom. She suddenly sees a group of people in masks and feels scared, and they surround her and rob her. They ask her to give her purse, and then forcefully try to take her ring, and Sammy gives it to them. They see the asteroid crash in a nearby car, and Sammy runs away, and we see Moses, who is leader of the robbers. He tries to check the car for something valuable but is attacked by an alien creature who scratches him and runs away. The alien runs and hides in a tool shed, and Moses and his gang follow him on his bike. They throw firecrackers inside to scare the alien, and they go inside and attack it and kill it. They carry the dead body outside and realize it's an alien from outer space, and we see more asteroids coming. Sammy meets her neighbor and tells her about the robbery and says she has informed the police also. The neighbor says nowadays many robberies are happening in the block, and all are done by kids. Moses and his gang take the alien and show it to their friends who don't believe them, but we see Moses' face is injured. The gang arrives at a tower to buy some weed and meet Bruce, who is waiting for the lift. They tell Bruce to take the next lift, and Sammy meets the police and gives them the robbers' description. The police ask her to come with them to identify the robbers, and the gang comes at Ron's place. Ron and Bruce look at the alien, but believe it is an escaped zoo animal and an unknown creature. The gang discuss they should call the media and get attention so they can make some money. Moses asks Ron if he can keep the alien in Weed Room as it has a vault and a safe place for it. Ron tells him to ask his boss Hats and takes him to meet him, who is working inside the Weed Room. Moses shows him the alien, and Hats decides to keep it and gives him some drugs to sell. He says Moses will work for him now, and Moses comes outside and tells his friends, who are happy for him. Suddenly they see asteroids landing on Earth, and they decide to go outside and check it out. They go to their houses and take different weapons like baseball bat, fireworks, and swords. They go to the park and find a crashed meteor and see the alien in this might be bigger than before. Suddenly their dog runs towards a noise, and they see a big black alien which has glowing teeth. They run from there on their bikes, but a policeman notices them and chases them and catches Moses. They arrest him and find some drugs on him, and Moses sees the alien coming towards them. He asks them to take him in van, and we see Sammy is also in van, and she identified Moses and helped police to arrest him. The others are on a bridge and see more aliens coming, and Sammy also notices something in mirror. The police lock Moses in back on the van, and suddenly one creature attacks and kills the police officer. Sammy gets scared, and Moses sees Sammy identified her, and others notice the alien on top of van. They decide to save Moses and throw a firecracker under the van to distract the alien, which causes smoke. Dennis rides his bike and decides to go to Moses and gets to the van, but is attacked by the alien. He fights it and gets inside and frees Moses from the cage, and Sammy hides in the cage to save herself. They decide to take the police van and escape from there and ask their friends to meet at garage. Bruce comes and sees his car is destroyed and hears the police coming and hides in a bush. He calls and tells Ron about this, who uses his binoculars and tells him the police is not near him and he is safe. Moses drives the van to the underground garage and has an accident with Hats's car and gets scared. He tells Dennis to free Sammy and then asks her to leave from here and tells her about alien attack. The others arrive and try to explain Hats about alien attacks and how Moses got arrested. Hats thinks they are lying to him and doesn't believe about the aliens and is really angry on them. He decides to kill them, but suddenly hears the aliens roar and they see the alien is behind them. Hats sends his man to check it out, who when gets near the alien is attacked and killed by it. Hats fires his gun and kills the alien, and others escape from there, and Hats is angry on them and says he will find and kill them also. Later they cut Moses' handcuffs and decide to go back to their block and see what's happening there. They ride their bikes and see the aliens are chasing them, and they all get separated. The aliens chase all, and one of the friends Biggs hides in a dustbin box, and others reach the block. They see Peter is being chased by an alien who catches him and bites his leg and badly injures him. The others fight the alien and manage to save Peter and go inside the building, and we see Sammy also lives here. She sees Moses and others coming and gets scared and quickly hides in her bedroom. The others manage to get in her house to save themselves from Alien, and Moses asks about Biggs. Sammy threatens them to get out of her house, and Moses tells her to calm down and see the situation they are in. He says aliens are chasing them, and Dennis says while robbing Sammy, he saw her ID card and says she is a nurse. They ask Sammy to help Peter, but she refuses and says they robbed her and now asking for help. She doesn't believe that aliens are attacking them, but says these are just wild dogs. The others tell her the aliens are already in the building, and Sammy tells them to take Peter to hospital. Moses says they can't get out of here, and we see Bruce has gone back to Ron's house. He tells him he can't be arrested again as his parents will kill him, and asks Ron if the aliens are real. Ron says not to worry and says they are safe here, and Sammy decides to help Peter and sees his wound. The wound looks dangerous with bite marks, and Sammy says she can do just the dressing. She says Peter has lost much blood, and she is a learning nurse and not a qualified one. Suddenly they hear a noise, and Moses sees the alien is outside their door, who breaks the door and comes in. Moses takes a sword and attacks the alien and kills it, and now Sammy believes them after seeing it. They see the alien is very black in color and notice Sammy has run from the house alone. She hears some aliens coming and decides to go with Moses and others, and they decide to work together. Hats hires new men and gets a new gun and tells them Moses and his friends lied to him. They told him about an alien attack, but Hats believes they were just wild dogs and goes towards the block. Moses decides to go to Tia's house in the building as she has a security gate and she is his friend. Biggs calls Dennis and says he is in a dustbin but surrounded by aliens, and Dennis tells him to call everyone and inform about the aliens. Biggs calls Tia and her friends, but they don't believe him, and Moses meets two kids, Gavin and Reggie. He asks them to go home and lock themselves in a room, but they say they want to help fight the aliens. Tia's friend tells Moses to go away, but Tia invites them in, and they tell all about the alien attack. They don't believe them, but Sammy says there is a dead alien in her living room and tells Tia how Moses robbed her. Tia is angry on Moses and others for stealing, and Sammy says they should call police about the aliens. The other says the police won't believe them and arrest them for all murders, and Moses says maybe the government is behind this. They did this experiment and made aliens, and now they're using them to kill everyone here. Tia sees many aliens are outside her window and gets scared, and they break the window and come inside. They attack and kill one, and Tia and her friends fight one alien and kill it, and now believe in them. Moses tries to use his sword, but it gets stuck in a wall, and Sammy comes and kills the alien and saves him. Hats meets the kids who tell him where Moses is, and now everyone at Tia's house believes in aliens. Tia says the aliens are after Moses since he killed the small alien at the start and are following him. They hear more aliens coming and run from there, and Moses tells Sammy to save herself. Hats comes and starts shooting everyone, and an alien attacks him, and he hides in a lift. The alien follows him in the lift, and Biggs tries to escape, but is attacked by the aliens. Bruce presses the button for lift and sees Hats is covered in blood and has killed the alien. He gets scared and takes the second lift, where he meets Moses and others who tells him about aliens. Moses decides to go to Weed Room Vault, as it is safest place in the building, and they go up in lift. The kids see many aliens are climbing the building, and Moses and others arrive at 19th floor. They see aliens are already here and blocking their path, so Peter uses a rocket to distract the aliens. The entire lobby is covered in smoke, and Moses asks everyone to follow him to Ron's house. Bruce hears an alien coming from behind and runs, and Jeremy is left alone, and Peter goes to help him. He hears a scream and sees the aliens attack and kill Jeremy, and others run from there. They arrive at Ron's house and ask him to open the gate, but see Hats is already here with a gun. Hats tells Moses he has caused this by killing and bringing that alien here, and says he needs to die. Moses tells Hats there are many aliens behind him, but Hats doesn't listen to him and turns around. He sees more than 20 aliens who break the window and come in and attack and kill Hats ruthlessly. Everyone else runs and hides in the vault room, and Moses apologizes to Sammy for robbing her. Moses goes to check the dead alien he left here and notices he has some liquid on his jacket. Bruce tells this liquid is visible in UV light only and is like a pheromone which attracts males. He says this alien here is a female and other aliens chasing them are males and are attracted to this smell. He says the aliens send their female first to leave her smell, and then the males come and kill others. He says Moses has this smell on his jacket and hence being followed by aliens and asks him to remove it. Moses realizes the aliens killed all persons he has touched and decides to kill them all. He says he will blow all the aliens as he is responsible for bringing them here and getting all involved. The kids try to save Biggs and attack the alien with water and fire but are spotted by the police. They run and hide in the same dustbin with Biggs and Bruce uses a UV light to check Sammy. He says Sammy is safe as she does not have any liquid on her and Moses asks her to go down to his house. Moses has a plan and gives Sammy her ring back and we see they have become friends. Sammy leaves the room and quietly goes outside and sees many aliens who cannot see her. She leaves the house and comes to Moses's house and calls him who asks her to close all windows and start the gas. Sammy does this and leaves the house and Moses puts the alien on his back and decides to go out. He lights a rocket and goes outside and runs and the aliens follow him and attack him but he escapes. He quickly goes to his house and the aliens follow him inside and he lights the rocket and shoots it. This causes an explosion and everyone down sees this and see Moses is alive and hanging outside his window. He manages to climb back inside and the police come and arrests Moses and his friends. The police take everyone in custody and takes them outside where Tia and her friends see this. We see Biggs is also saved and Tia and her friends tell everyone how Moses and others saved them. The police question Sammy, who also says Moses saved her life and is her neighbor and a hero. Everyone starts calling Moses's name and praise him as a hero and Moses hears this and is happy.